Okay, so when I first heard about this trade, I thought that this was just like a rumor trade, a possibility. I didn't really think that this was an actual trade till I did some research on it, and I'm going like, whoa, this is actually happening. So Karl-Anthony Towns is going to the New York Knickerbockers. Julius Randle is heading to Minnesota. That's the only two players I'm really concerned or even talking about. It was a 3-team trade. I think Charlotte was involved, but I'm mainly only talking about Minnesota and the New York Knickerbockers. Okay, so what do I think about this trade? I thought that Minnesota can get more out of New York because they're giving away one of their best assets. All right. Now I know Ant-Man has a rise in Minnesota, and they got talent. They got a bevy of talent on that squad. But I thought they was going to really try to do something, and I thought the organization was really going to try to do something with those two and just build talent around just those two individuals. It looked like they was heading in that direction. And when you look at the West, I mean, clearly there's no juggernaut in the West, okay? You got a handful of teams that maybe possibility, what ifs, whatever, but there's no king out West. There's not a numero uno team that everybody's trying to surpass. Everybody's pretty much on equal footing in the West. But when you look over here at the East, it's the Boston Celtics. Now, everyone else is throwing out all these other teams' names, but it's Boston Celtics or bust. I don't think there's a team out East that can compete with the Boston Celtics. Now, when you look at the Milwaukee Bucks, they got Dame, they got the Greek Freak. I guess if y'all want to say that's a possibility, maybe, but I'm not too fond of that duo over there. And the Miami Heat are the Miami Heat, okay? But let's just talk about I thought that Minnesota was going to get way more for Karl-Anthony Towns. I thought they was going to get way more than that, okay? And basically, when you look at this is clearly a salary dump. Minnesota didn't want to. Karl-Anthony Towns, thought Minnesota was okay. There was always trade rumors around him that he wanted to go back east. Maybe go. His hometown is in Brooklyn, I believe, and he wants to go to the east. Okay. And if you look at Minnesota from this perspective, it was gonna be very expensive to keep Karl-Anthony Towns on that roster. I don't know how many years he had left on this particular contract, but they was clearly heading north to the salary cap, and then they would have to pay a luxury tax. And I don't think Minnesota really wanted to do that. Plus, Minnesota's looking at it like this. Look, we tried with this team several attempts, and this is far as this team's going to take us, okay? I thought they was going to give it just one more try because there are no Golden States out there. There are no possibilities of the Clippers with their super team, and Los Angeles is just Los Angeles. The Lakers, what I mean. So I thought that was going to give Minnesota a second chance with this roster, but hey, it happens. It is what it is. But I thought they was going to get more for him. They got Julius Randle, and basically, I think Julius Randle is going to contribute to Minnesota. Now, I could be wrong about this, what I'm about to say, but I really just don't see Julius Randle starting or taking a lot of minutes away from Ant. So I think he's going to be in the rotation. I think he's going to help Minnesota. How much help, we don't know. But when you look at Cat over there at with the New York Knicks, and you see what they're doing with that squad, I think this makes the team better than what they were last year. I would give them that much credit. Now, are they light years better than Boston? No. Can they compete with Boston? No, unless Boston has a major injury with either of those two players of theirs. Uh, I think, out east, Boston is still king when you talk about the east side of things. So I think it makes New York very flexible with their talent. They got someone now, I guess, with Cat. He's an unorthodox type of big man. He doesn't stay down low. He floats around the perimeter. He shoots a lot of threes. That will go very well with this roster. When you look at the players that they already have on the New York Knicks, perimeter type players, 3-point players. And there's going to be situations where Cat can be involved that way. I really do still think that Cat should play the post a lot more. When you look at the East, there's really no competition for him out East as far as big man go. Okay. Now I know a lot of people are going to say, well, what about the Greek Freak? I think Greek Freak would give him a running. I think I forgot the kid in Miami. Bam. I think he'll give him a run for his money. There are some real good fives out there that will give him a running down low. But when it's his time with the ball, those big men will have to float out on the perimeter in the 3-point, leaving the post empty. I forgot about Indiana. Indiana is emerging. The Raptors, I guess, they are emerging, I guess. But when you look at what they got and you add it to what they already have, the New York Knicks, I mean, they have a great squad. Is it the best squad in the East? No. I think it's floating around the top 5, maybe 3, 4, or 5. I will still give the nod to Indiana as being the second best team in the East. And, of course, the Boston Celtics are still numero uno, all right? But, the New York Knicks floating around the 3, 4, or 5 spot, I think that's great for the New York Knickerbockers. But, without Cat, they were still hovering around that, maybe the 6th or 5th or 4th best team, all right? Sorry about the noise in the background. So, I think this has the makings of being something very special. I think they're going to score a lot of points, all right? But they're also going to be giving up a lot of defense, in today's NBA, do anyone really care about the defensive side of things? So, yeah, that's all I got for this. I really don't want to talk too much about it. Because, I think the New York Knicks is a W for them. I think it's a W for Minnesota. I mean, this trade is not going to move heaven or earth. It's not going to make either team better, okay, as far as winning the title. But it makes them very competitive, I guess. It makes the Timberwolves very flexible with their money and situation. So, yeah, that's all I got. I'll talk to you guys later. Deuces.